quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel. Now we have a question. What are the properties of parallelogram?
There are 5 properties of a parallelogram. Case number 1. The opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Case number 2. The opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Case number 3. Each diagonal divides the parallelogram into 2 congruent triangles. Case number 4. The diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Case number 5. The consecutive angles of a parallelogram are supplementary.
Today, pag-aralan po natin ay Theorem of Rhombus. So, meron po tayong 4 na properties ng rhombus. At, ang unang-unang property niya ay all 4 sides are congruent. Siyempre, as you can see, lahat po nitong sides na to ay congruent. Dahil ang rhombus po ay isang parallelogram. Next, opposite angles are congruent. Ito po kasing angle na to ay kaparehas din nito. So that means opposite angles are congruent. Same goes po dito and dito. And the third one, diagonals bisect each other. Siyempre kasi po, as you can see dito sa drawing na to, sorry po kung pangit yung drawing ko. So ayan po, diagonals bisect each other. Dahil po, itong linya dito ay nababisect nitong isang linya dito into 2 segments. Same goes lang po dun sa kabila. Bali parehas lang po siya. And the last po is diagonals are perpendicular. Yes po, dahil pag natin itong line na yan, sa may gitna po, it forms a right angle. And lahat na ng na-form na ganyan ay right angle na din siya lahat. So meaning, diagonals are perpendicular. Ganun lang po siya sa Theorem of Rhombus.
The focus of this trip is an in-depth exploration of the properties of rectangle. Before we start, we need to define the meaning of rectangle. A rectangle is a flat shape with 4 straight sides and 4 right angles. This means that a rectangle has 4 sides, and all of its angles are right angles. Additionally, opposite sides are equal, while adjacent sides and diagonals are not necessarily the same length.
So it means, ang rectangle ay may 4 na gilid or lines. Kaya ganyan. Pangalawa, sila ay right angle. Pangatlo, ang kanilang lines ay pantay-pantay, tulad na lamang nito.
Let's talk about the theorems of a rectangle. Theorem number 1. If a parallelogram has 1 right angle, then it has 4 right angles, and the parallelogram is a rectangle. We always need to remember that a rectangle is a type of a parallelogram, and a parallelogram with 4 right angles is called a rectangle. We should remind ourselves that even if there is only 1 right angle, we need to keep in mind that all angles are the same right angles.
Theorems on rectangle. Theorem number 1. If a parallelogram has 1 right angle, then it has 4 right angles and the parallelogram is a rectangle. Lagi nating tatandaan na ang rectangle is a parallelogram. Ang parallelogram ay may 4 right angles na tinatawag nating rectangle. Tandaan natin kahit nag-iisa lang ang right angles dito, we can say na all angles is right angles. Para-para sila ng angles.
Theorem number 2. The diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. In other words, the length of the diagonals is equal. The two diagonals bisect each other and divide the rectangle into two equal parts. The length of the diagonal of the rectangle can be obtained using the Pythagoras theorem.
Theorem number 2. The diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. So, ibig sabihin, pag kinuha mo ang segment AC from A to C, tapos diagonal D to B ay parehas lang. Ibig sabihin, pag kinuha mo yung length nito, parehas lang yung AC at DB. Kasi congruent sila. Let's have an example. For example, find the length using rectangle ABCD given AC equals 2x plus 31 and BD equals 3 times quantity of 4x minus 3. So, meron tayong given point. Meron tayong A, B, C, D. At ang hinahanap is yung x. So, ang AC is equals to 2x plus 31. Samantalang ang BD is equals to 3 times quantity of 4x minus 3. So, ang question dito, what is the value of x? So, kung maalala nyo, itong problem na to ay nasa theorem number 2, which is congruent yung opposite angles nila. Opposite diagonal. Kaya sila equal. So, yan. Ilagay lang natin yung given dito. Kaya may equals yan kasi congruent sila. So, ang nangyari dito, kaya naging 12x minus 9 is 3 times 4 naging 12x. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So, nilipat lang natin sila. Yung may mga variables, ilipat dito. Kaya naging negative si 12 kasi nilipat siya sa kabila. At itong 31 naging negative kasi nilipat din siya sa kabila. So, i-minus mo lang, magiging negative 10x equals to negative 9 minus 31 is negative 40. So, ang gagawin natin, i-divide natin siya sa 10 at makukuha natin yung positive 4. Ang next natin kukunin is what is the measure of AC and BD? So, ito, kinuha ko lang yung given dito, nilagay ko sa AC. So, 2x plus 31. 2, isubstitute mo lang yung nakuha nating x dito. Kaya, 2 times 4 plus 3. I-times mo, 4 times 2 is 8 plus 31. 39 ang sagot. So, ang goal natin, dapat parehas sila ng BD kasi congruent nga sila. So, ito, 3 times quantity of 4x minus 3. Sinubstitute ko yung 4. Unahin muna natin yung nasa parenthesis sa loob. Ito muna, 4 times 4, 16 minus 3. 16 minus 3 is 13. So, i-times na natin sa 3. So, 39. So, kaya sila parehas kasi parehas silang congruent.
Hello everyone! Ano kaya ang susolusyonan ko sa biyaheng ito? Correct! It's a midline theorem. So, what is midline theorem? Midline theorem, also known as the mid-segment theorem, states that the segment of a midpoint of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and half of its length. So, para mas maintindihan nyo, meron akong example dito. Meron tayong triangle dito at meron ABC. So, kukunin natin ang midpoint ng AB at AC. So, ang midpoint ng AB ay dito. At ang midpoint naman ng AC ay dito. Kukonect natin sila. So, sabi dito, according to midline theorem, the length of the mid-segment will be equal to half the length of the third sides. So, kung wari, ito ay 20. Dito, 10 dito. So, paano naman kung ito ay 12? Dito naman ay 24. Pwede mo lang siyang ipag 12 times 2 or 12 plus 12. So, dito naman, ang value nito This line is congruent to this line because D is the midpoint of AB. So pareho lang siya dito. This line is congruent to this line because E is the midpoint of A and C. For example, ito ay 7, 7 din ito. Kung ito ay 8, 8 din ito. So meron tayong question dito. Given DE equals to 13. Ang dali lang natin. Ang DE daw ay 13. So, ano ang BC? What is BC? So, meron 13 plus 13 equals to 26. Pero, kung hinahanap ang solution, meron tayong solution dyan. Saan ko ba ilagay? DE equals to 1/2 over C. Ang DE natin ay 13 equals to 1/2 C. I-divide natin both side by 2. Kakancel natin to, tapos ipag-times ko na lang ito at makukuha natin ang 26. Yan, pareho lang sila dito. Number 2, given AC equals to 32, what is AE? So, dito daw ay 32. Ano ang half ng 32? 16. 16 ang half ng 32. So, dito, ang AE natin is 16. So, kung congruent siya dito, 16 din siya dito. So, 16 plus 16 equals to 32. Yan lang po at sana maintindihan nyo.
I'm Christopher Alcaraz. Now let's talk about trapezoid. So, what is trapezoid? A trapezoid or trapezium in British English is a four-sided flat shape, quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. These parallel sides are called the bases, and the other two sides are called legs or lateral sides. For definition, a trapezoid is a quadrilateral, a polygon with four sides, where only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. If someone wants to ask what is the difference between trapezoid and trapezium in North American English, a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with at least one pair of parallel sides. In British English, the term trapezium is used for the same shape. And what are the types of trapezoid? Isosceles trapezoid, a trapezoid where the two non-parallel sides legs are equal in length. Right trapezoid, a right trapezoid that has at least two right angles. Scalene trapezoid, a trapezoid where none of the sides or angles are equal. What are the character of trapezoid or characteristics of an trapezoid? A trapezoid or trapezium is a 2D four-sided polygon, quadrilateral that has at least two parallel sides. A quadrilateral with two pairs of parallel sides, for example, is usually called parallelogram. Therefore, by definition, a parallelogram has the characteristics of a trapezoid. The formula for perimeter of a trapezoid is P parenthesis A plus B plus C plus D. To find the perimeter of a trapezoid, just add the length of all four sides together. The formula for the area of a trapezoid is A is equals to parenthesis 1/2, then parenthesis H, then parenthesis A plus B, where H is equals height. This is the perpendicular height, not the length of the legs. Now let's tackle the examples. Example 1A. Applying conditions for isosceles trapezoid. Now let's find the value of A. Find the so that PQRS is isosceles. Now, let's try this shape. So this is P, Q, R, and then S. So ang P is magiging ito, parenthesis A squared plus 27. Then sa S is parenthesis 2A squared minus 54. And then, para mahanap ang A, so A squared plus 27 is equals to 2A squared minus 54. And then, kunin to, ipag-plus 54 plus 27 is equals, then, kunin rin to, pag-minus A squared minus 2A squared. So, magiging 81. So, ito naman magiging A squared. Now, ipag-divide ito into 9. So, maging 9 equals to A. Yan.
Hi, it's me. So, what am I gonna explain? A kite. Kite is something unique. It has a unique quadrilateral. It has two long sides and two short ones. Like this. See? Short and long. Just like a rectangle. One of the kite's property is symmetry. So, when we cut it down in the middle, it's symmetric. See? Same side. But when we cut it down the half, like this, it is not. See? Another property is side lengths. So, for example, if we take the kite that I drew, and for example, this side is 26, and this is 32. So, this is 26, and this is 32. So, this should be also 26, and this should be also 32. Like this. The cool thing about kites is, because they're symmetric when cut down the middle, the same sides will also be the same sides on the other side. Next are the angles. So, since there are two pairs of equal sides and another pair of equal sides, these two angles are not going to be the same, but these will be, because since they are apart, or should I say, directly with each other, they will be the same. This is going to be 52 and then 38. So let's say this is going to be 42. Then this angle should also be 42. Next property is the diagonals. There is a diagonal in this. Beside it is a perpendicular line. So they should cross each other. Like this. See? It is perpendicular to each other. Cool fact is they are all right triangles. Every single quadrilateral is made up of triangles. The square is made out of 2. The rectangle is 2. And this is 4. That's all. That's all I can say right now. Bye!
Hi! What comes to your mind when we say proportion? Correct. Proportion is a statement that would describe equality of two ratios. It can be an expression of two equal fractions, such as A over B is equal to C over D. Or in column form, A is to B is equal to C is to D.
Good day everyone. Today we are going to discuss triangle similarities theory. Ang definition nito ay two triangle that have the same shape but different size. Corresponding angle measures are congruent and corresponding sides are proportional. I will give you an example para ma-explain ko sa inyo kung paano yun. So, gagawa ko ng dalawang triangle. Like that. And then this is x, y, 20, 10, 8, and then 13. So now, ilagay natin to para mapunta siya dito para mas madali natin clarify. So magkaparehas to, magkaparehas din to, magkaparehas din to. Okay, so after nun, magkaparehas na sila. Gagawin natin dyan, kung magkaparehas ito dito, so magkaparehas to, ito at ito. Ngayon, kung hanapin mo ang x, magiging x over 8 is equals to 20 over 10. Cross multiplies, then x is equals to 160 over 10. X is equals to 16. Same is that in the y. Hanapin natin yung y over 13 kasi magkatapat. And then 20 over 10. Cross multiply. Y is equals to 13 times 20 over 10. Y is equals to, so this will become 26. Diba? Para mo lang siyang 8 times 2 is equals to 16. 16. Para din siyang 13 times 2 is equals to 26. Diba? Pero mas better if ito ang gagamitin mo, which is yung x over the given, which is 8, and then kasi magkapareha sila over kahit ano na yan basta merong given, 20 over. Sana mag-gets nyo. Bye bye.